According to Matthew chapter 8, verses 18 to 22, Jesus tells us that following Jesus will not be easy. When Jesus saw the crowd around him, he gave orders to cross to the other side of the lake. Then a teacher of the law came to him and said, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens, and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head." Another disciple said to him, "Lord, first let me go and bury my father." But Jesus told him, "Follow me, and let the dead bury their own dead." There was a large crowd, probably in the thousands, that followed and surrounded Jesus. He crossed to the other side of the Sea of Galilee so that he might have some rest, perhaps some sleep. Then a teacher of the law approached Jesus. This scribe might have decided that it would be good for his reputation and his religious standing to follow Jesus. It looked as though Jesus was becoming a powerful religious leader with thousands of followers. This teacher of the law said that he would devote himself to Jesus and follow Jesus wherever he went. Jesus knew the heart of this teacher of the law and said that where Jesus goes will not be to a grand palace or to lavish banquets. Jesus told him that he would not even have a home. Even though foxes and birds have a place they consider home to go to sleep, Jesus would not have a place called home. Upon hearing this answer, the teacher of the law probably left and did not follow Jesus wherever he went. Then there was another follower of Jesus. He asked Jesus to wait for him. He had something more urgent and more important that he had to do. He had to bury his father who had died. Burying one's father who has passed away is, of course, an urgent and important matter that needs to be done. But Jesus tells him that it is not more urgent, not more important than following him. If Jesus requires our service, even our love for the dearest family members, relatives, or friends must come second. We have to remember that we are able to truly love those around us only because we were first loved by God. God loved us even while we were his enemy. God created us. In other words, God is our creator. We would not exist if God did not create us. God created the world for us so that we would live with all that we needed. There were trees filled with the most nutritious and delicious fruits. There was peace, joy, and love. Adam and Eve had everything they needed. They even had a wonderful relationship with God who created them. But Adam sinned against God by disobeying his command. The consequence of sinning against our Creator, who is a just God, is eternal separation. We can no longer be where God is. If our sinful self was in the presence of God, we would be completely destroyed. There can be no sin where there is the presence of God. But God loved us. God did not create us so that we could not be with God. There needed to be a way for us to be forgiven of our sins, forgiven of our punishment. There also needed a way for us to be pure again, so that we could be with God. God is just. Sin had to be punished. So the Father made his beloved Son, Jesus, the sacrifice, the one who would be punished instead of us, the one who would die instead of us, so that we would be spared and forgiven. The sacrifice of Jesus would cover us with his protection and make us pure again in God's eyes. Through Jesus, our debts have been paid. Through Jesus, our relationship with God has been restored. We can again be with God, and we are. Jesus sent the Holy Spirit to be with us, to empower us, to transform us into the likeness of the perfect person who is Jesus. Our love for God is a response to God's love for us. Our love for those around us is also our response to God's love for us. We can only truly love God because we have first been loved by God. We can only truly love those around us because we have been loved by God first. So following Jesus is the most urgent, the most important thing for us. The love that we give to others flows out of us because our hearts are filled up by Jesus. Jesus fills our hearts with love, and it is only then that we can truly love God and love our neighbor.